11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and go. Alright, as per usual, we'll start out at the Sanctuary. I know I entertained the... Ooh, lamp! I entertained the theory of doing house start last week, and I did not continue that this week. I don't know why. Also, if you have to dip early, that is totally legit. As you know, this does go up on... this does go up on YouTube on Mondays. And yeah, you know, I was scrolling through and I'm like, Garnet's always good. I like Garnet. I've been, you know, watching a series of reaction videos on YouTube where adorable Irish lesbian is watching Steven Universe for the first time, and it's a lot of fun. She's like, things that this show needs to warn me about before they show up on screen. Amethyst with her hair up, Pearl in a suit, or Garnet in general. I'm like, that's legit. Whole dollars, I don't need that. She's also watching DuckTales 2017, which I also love. Money! I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, DuckTales 2017. Great show. I'm being tactical. Bush crab, I need you to die. There, the bush crab died. Okay. I now have 3 kills under my belt, and I have not been hit. So I should be able to pull on this tree. Okay. 20 bucks. Not really worth the effort, but here we are. Oh yeah, Steven Universe is, it's so weird to think that it's that old, but, like, it is. This is like the other day when we were watching Moonrise Kingdom, and I was, like, thinking about the other Wes Anderson movie that is, like, my favorite one by him, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and I'm like, that came out in, like, 2014? It's, like, 11 years old. What the heck? When did that happen? I'm going to grab a bomb from over here. It is! And it's funny, though, because I can think of other things that are of the same age and be like, no, yeah, that was a while ago. Just think about that movie came out at the same time as Warlords of Draenor. Not necessarily the same time, but same year. 2014. Where are bombs? There's bombs. Okay. I'm like, they need to give me more bombs so I can do the well. I made... God, I was watching one of Saku's race streams from, like, that she posted on YouTube, so it's an old one. Because she's, like, she staggers them, whereas I upload, like, the next couple of days later. She has to wait, like, a month, basically. Because she gets, like, copyright claimed on Hyrule Castle music, so, like, it needs to sit in basically YouTube purgatory for a while for her. But I was going to make the comment on the video after she couldn't find bombs, that there's always bombs in... I think what I actually said was, just like there's always money in the banana stand, there's always bombs in Kakariko Village. Oh boy, I just gave him 50 bucks. Okay. And it is true, you usually will find bombs in either the well or Blind's hut, because there's just so many chests out in the open. Yeah, think about it like this. Steven Universe is an adult now. Users got a notification that your local theater is showing Star Wars Episode 3 for its 20th anniversary. Yeah? Wait. Yeah. No, that makes sense. The prequels were like the first one came out in the 90s, right? So, yeah, that makes sense. Heart piece, yeah, I'll grab it, why not? I'm pretty sure Phantom Menace was like 98, 97-ish, maybe? Don't quote me on that, I might be way off. But it definitely feels correct. 99, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh boy, 20 bucks. Oh, she does a little pose when she picks up treasure. That's fun. God, I still remember back in the day. So, like, as a child, my best friend lived across the street from me. And his brother also lived over there. He, like, collected... so he collected all of the Pepsi cans that had, like, Phantom Menace designs on them. So he had, like, just a bunch of... You out of my way. A bunch of Pepsi cans with, like, you know, Jar Jar Binks and Anakin Skywalker as a child and, you know, just all those guys. And he just kept them all in a drawer in a cupboard he had. Like, just a little, like, dresser, like a bedside table with a drawer type thing. He kept them all in the drawer. And I don't know exactly when it happened, but at some point, the Pepsi, like, ate through the cans. And it just ruined the dresser. So I guess you cannot rely on Pepsi to stay in those bottles necessarily. I have no weapons, so I'm not doing this. I was like, I could do Hyrule Castle, but I only have bombs. I'm not doing Hyrule Castle with just bombs. Not happening. Gosh, what do I have here? Crystal, they're all crystals. Okay. South Shore with just bombs is not a great thing to do. Let's hope I get something of use in the dam, maybe. There's 2 treasures over here. Worth a shot. Another 50 bucks. Okay. I am hatching a scheme. Okay, here's the plan. Unless I find 300 rupees outside of the dam here, I think I'm going to go to the desert to check Desert Ledge and also Agina. Ether. Okay, I can't use that. Yeah, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to check Desert Ledge and Agina. Once I'm over there, I will save and quit. And unless, of course, I'm able to get... Okay, fair enough. I'll catch you later. So yeah, unless I find, like, the book in here and a sword on Desert Ledge, I'm going to save and quit out. And then I will go to the Sanctuary. And then I'll do the Houlihan room for enough rupees to be able to actually, like, you know, buy whatever King Zora has. 20 bucks. Okay. Actually, it doesn't even matter what's on Desert Ledge. As soon as I'm able to go in there, I'm gonna, you know, check it out. So, yeah. Exit Sanctuary. Houlihan room. Here we go. If you have never been in the Houlihan room, this is a fun little trick we know. Named after the debugger who installed it, I believe. Okay. We're going to go in this cave. We're going to step out of the cave. I'm going to jump in the water 4 times. 2, 3, 4. We will then lift this shrub and jump into the hole. And it drops us into a room full of money. See, the trick is, the camera is unlocked. So the game has no idea where you're supposed to go when you jump into that hole. So, it sends us here. I definitely don't have enough supplies to do Mini Moldorm Cave, so I'm gonna check what's in the back of Sahasrah's closet before I do that, because I don't want to get out there and be like, oh, I can't actually do this place because I don't have enough stuff. And if I buy more bombs, then I won't have enough rupees to see what King Zora's got. So this is a lose-lose situation. Hopefully there's something useful here. 20 bucks. The book. And a sword. Perfect. Where's Green Pendant? Thieves' Town. I might end up doing that. Okay. Alright. Save and quit. Back to the house. I'm pretty happy with this Garnet Sprite so far. I will be interested to see what her color changes look like. I went into that somehow. Okay. Yeah, they managed to... So, like, obviously Garnet's got them thighs. So, like, mission success right there. I did not need the Houlihan room. But whatever. It's good to have money. And also now I have the Master Sword, so I can actually do, like, the tablets, Ether and Bombos, whenever I get the ability to go into the Dark World. We need to carefully avoid the crabs on the beach, because the crabs do a lot of damage. Like, it is wild that a crab will do more damage than a guard in Hyrule Castle. They will. 20 bucks. Okay. Alright. Time for another trick. By dashing along the edge of that pit, I will be able to walk on the water. I don't know why it works. It really shouldn't work. But it does. Strange, strange behavior. I'm gonna run up here. I'm gonna see what the guy under the bridge has. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go immediately to the whirlpool. I just remembered. If I check the guy under the bridge, I will lose my water walking. And I need my water walking in order to get into the waterfall cave. I don't have the Moon Pearl. If I had the Moon Pearl, I could come in here no problem. Okay, there we go. So there was nothing of value in there, really. I suppose the health is useful. What's on the ledge here? A heart piece. I don't need to worry about that. Dash up this way, dash to the right, then down, then we'll just walk over. Alright, Mr. Zora King, what do you got for me? A bottle! Okay. That could be something. Yeah, okay. So armed with Master Sword, I'm actually going to go do Hyrule Castle. Plus I have the lamp, so I can do that too. Like, the back of escape will be, I can do the escape sequence, basically. So yeah, if you've not seen DuckTales 2017, let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. Clearly done by people who were fans of the old show. Glove, okay, we need that, so that's good to find. In fact, not only is it clearly by fans of the old show, but it's clearly by fans of like all of the Disney Saturday morning cartoons. Because almost everything gets a reference in that show. Like, it's wild. Like, there's Gargoyles references. There's a Gummy Bears reference. You know, Kid Cloud Kicker and Don Carnage show up in the show at one point. Like, Don Carnage is a recurring villain. And obviously, of course, you know, Darkwing Duck has got to be there too. Okay, I'll leave him alive. Oh, I'll kill him. You know what? Hit me a little, buddy. Okay. I am set up for what's called a death warp. $5. Okay. Oh, this was a terrible idea. I have a fairy in a bottle. Oh. Now I don't have a guy to kill me. Okay, save and quit. Oh. God. Okay. That's my fault. That's me being a silly. Let's try this again. I should have just saved and quit anyway. It's not that long to run back to the castle. And, frankly, I don't like having deaths on the record anyway. Going directly into the back, now that I know Zelda's cell has nothing. I should have gone to the Sanctuary. Whatever. Something up with my A button. I'm like trying to dash and maybe I'm trying to do it too soon after ending a previous dash. I don't know. There's a key, which means I should have just gone to the Sanctuary and used the hidden entrance underneath that one tombstone. It's fine. It's fine. You're not the key rat. Where's the key rat? You're the key rat. Okay, so yeah, there's 3 chests here. Moon Pearl, essential. Heart piece. Heart piece. Okay. Well, Hyrule Castle had a couple of things in it that were very important to get my hands on. Now we will go to the Sanctuary. And we'll head up the mountain. Of the things I have to do, there is climbing the mountain, finding out what's on top of Spectacle Rock and inside of Spectacle Rock. That's all I can do up there other than rescuing the old man and getting whatever he has. And I also can go to Kakariko Village and show the sick kid a bottle. Now that I have an empty bottle. Because Ugh, I made that lamentable goof of trying to do a death warp while I had a fairy in a bottle. Garnet foresees this old man being in the credits and wants to help him. "10 arrows. Not useful." Ow. No! Okay, I got cabbaged. So by doing a spin and hitting dash at the right time, you can get super speed off of stairs. Okay, there's just a shield there. Let me in. And up here we have a bottle with a bee in it. Okay, I don't care about that. What I will do while I'm here, though, is go into the Dark World. Do a map check. Alright, Ice Palace, Misery Mire, and Thieves' Town. Okay. We have the book, we have a lamp. We can do Desert Palace. Yeah, I'm gonna go do Desert Palace. There are a grand total of 2 treasures in Desert Palace. That might be something useful. You never know. You have a handy little chart. And by chart, I mean I have a notepad document with all the dungeon abbreviations and how many treasure chests they have in them that actually have loot. Important stuff for when you're streaming. Ow. Okay, that's just a heart piece. I'm not gonna really need that. Alright, while these slide around, have a drink of water. Also, don't look at the screen while doing that, apparently. Oopsie daisy. Bonk. Okay, I'm gonna grab this first. Big key. Okay. Interesting. What do we have in here? Compass. I don't care about that. Which means I'm probably going to find a small key in here. Yeah. Now armed with the small key, I know that if I go to the very right side of the dungeon, I will find either 2 treasures or a treasure and a map. And whatever I don't find over here, the boss will have. Simple process of elimination. Okay. Okay. That means the boss has the map. That's interesting. God, I didn't look. I wonder if any of the other crystal gems are available as sprites. Pearl seems like a no-brainer. She's the actual sword fighter out of the bunch. By out of the bunch, well... I mean, I suppose Rose was also a sword fighter. And when they fuse, Stevani is also a sword fighter, but you know. They're 3/4 human. Does that count as a crystal gem? I guess they're on the team. It's hard to say where we draw that line. I love these tile rooms because you can just say no and leave. Okay, so we're doing this boss with just the sword, and that's fine. You get away from me. God, I am taking so many unnecessary hits. Jesus. Okay, 2 down, 1 to go. But also, this guy's gonna spit rocks in 8 directions, so he's awkward to deal with. There we go. There's the map. And we get our first crystal gem. Bubble it. Off we go. Peaches the cat looks like she wants to cause trouble. Don't you do it, Peaches. Also, we didn't get... Alright, okay. We didn't get anything of real value in there. I guess we'll be going to Eastern. No, you know what? We're gonna go to Kakariko Village. We're gonna see what that sick kid has. That's what I'm gonna guess. Eastern Palace has 3 treasures in it, but you need the bow in order to get to the boss. Should I be doing 1 check versus the 3 over there? Probably not, but I'm here, so whatever. Alright, sick kid, what do you got for me? Bombs. Sick kid? I did remember to get this, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, Eastern it is. Literally the last thing I can do. We are last locationing this. Yeah, there's literally nothing else I can do. It's just Eastern. I've already been to Sahasrah's Closet, so I'm going to go over here and use this road up. So I can just do that. Get the old super speed going. Not bad at all. Okay, chest number 1 is the big key. Alright. Respectable first get. If it had been an item, you know, that would be nice. But why would anything be nice? I'm surprised that skeleton actually wound up taking damage. The map. My god. Okay. I already have the big key in the map, which means there's only one more dungeon item, just the compass, and still 3 treasures. I do not like my odds of not having to go do the vanilla big key location. Also, if you haven't caught this trick before, I'm going to kill some invisible skeletons. They were there the whole time. compass. Jesus Christ. Okay. They have buried the treasures in this dungeon. Let's see what the first one we get here is. Bombs. Okay, what's our progress item over here? Vanilla Big Key is our official progress. What do we got? Oh no! I just had a terrible realization. I do have Dark World access. But by fighting Aghanim. Oh no! Alright, if this isn't a second glove or a hammer or a mirror or a hook shot, then I have to go fight Aghanim. Excuse me. I don't need to fight Aghanim. Oh my god. Whoa. Ho, ho. Okay, so many people are going to get to where I got to and think about Aghanim and then go do that. Oh, wonderful. Okay. We love that. Okay. Since I have the hammer, we are going to start off in the area due south from Link's house. Oh my god, hammer. Forgetting that Aggo was an option has paid off. Let's start with Hype Cave. Will it actually be hype? Only one way to find out. 20 bucks. Off to a bad start. Oh, but our rupees are 444. B. There's our bow. Okay. Finding the bow in there means I can actually go do Pod, which has 5 treasures in it. And is a red crystal. Let's go do it. After we're done in Pod, we can go do the catfish. And also Pyramid Ledge. There will never be a better chance to do Pyramid Ledge and catfish than when you're exiting Pod. Unless... No, that's not true. There's also the ability to go do that, like... If you have the mirror, but not the Titan's mitts, you can loop in catfish when you're going over and doing the Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb checks. That's also an acceptable place to loop them in. Is it better? Actually, maybe, now that I think about it. Because it doesn't involve going through a hedge maze. I just also had a thought. I did not even pay attention when I was trying to do the Death Warp earlier. Titan's Mitt. Okay, well. We are making good calls today. Yeah, I didn't pay attention when I tried to Death Warp earlier, but it would be fantastic if Garnet's Death Sprite was the 2 gems from Ruby and Sapphire just poofing and landing on the ground. I don't think that's what they did, but that would be good. Well, I don't need that. No, get away from me. Tower of Hera keys and Tower of Hera. Thank you, hint tile. Always the most useful of hints. God, for a second I was like, what happened to my rupees that they're not 444 anymore? And I remembered, oh right, I had to pay a monkey. Classic Tumblr meme. Monkey. Give me these bombs. Bombs are useful to start. I need to hit the switch. Okay. Small key. There we go. Okay. I have a small key, which means I'm going to check the chests over here. We'll start with the one over yonder. Excuse you! How dare you? Because we have enough small keys that this isn't necessarily a small key up here. It's a small key! Alright. This one might not be. Compass. Okay. Honestly, one of the few things you'd like to see less than a small key. God, now that I think about it, I was talking about DuckTales earlier too. And I'm like, you have to describe it as DuckTales 2017, which makes me realize that's also almost 10 years old. And I'm still over here referring to it as the new DuckTales, because it technically is. But, you know, it's almost a decade old. Ooh, Dorito sword. Small key. You a map? Big key. Okay. We like to get big keys. Big keys useful. Yeah, I'll grab this. Small key. Alright. There's a strategy that I always see people do it's called hammer yump, where basically by placing a bomb you can clip into the railing that the big chest is on below us, and that way you don't gotta go through the maze to get to it. Map, okay. The advantage there is you only need to traverse the maze once. And the one time you would do it is when you're leaving, which obviously saves a little more time. 50 bucks, okay. I have not been counting items, but I know... Oh no, I do have everything. Okay, that means this has to be a dungeon item. Or an item. 20 bucks. Tiny Garnet, that's right. I saw she was on the list and said, why not? I've been watching somebody watch Steven Universe. I've been watching a small lesbian react to the show with glee. Why would I not pick Garnet? She's fantastic. Okay, so go around this way. Armed with the Doritos sword, I don't know if it's necessarily faster to use the bow on the boss. I know we'll need to use it there, though. I need the bow for the next room, too. Basically, the boss in this dungeon, once you knock his mask off, you're supposed to hit him in the face a bunch. And I don't know what's technically stronger, the Doritos sword or a bow shot. I don't know. Hard to say. I'll hit him with the spin attack and then maybe switch over to the bow. I don't know. We'll see what it's like when I get there. I'll probably just use the sword now that I think about it, because he has a small hitbox on his face for arrows. No, I still need hammer. Don't give me anything, of course. Doesn't seem statistically possible that of those guys, none of them would drop arrows when that first one definitely dropped arrows. I don't necessarily need arrows, but I would like to have them. Thank you. Alright, now here's Helmsor. I need to hit his face 17 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dodge. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Dodge. 15, 16, 17. I didn't get the spin attack. Ow. Whatever. There we go. You know what? That sword was probably an acceptable option. Alright, what do you got for me? Give me the loot. Oh, blue mail. Okay. She's purpler. God, what will the red mail look like on her? Because she was already red to begin with, and now she's kind of purpley. Okay, well that dungeon was very rewarding. We got the Titan's Mitts, so we can traverse the Dark World much easier. Other things, what else did I get in there? We got the Titan's Mitts. That's it. Okay. And of course a crystal, which we do need to beat the game. Oh right, the Doritos sword. We're in Flavor Country. We're off at the Cool Ranch. I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna check. Pyramid Ledge. No. Get our super speed up. And the ledge is the boomerang. I'll take that, sure. Boomerang lets us finally check stun prize. Stun prize is $20. Okay. Basically, if you kill a stunned enemy, it always gives the same reward. Likewise, if you kill a frozen enemy, it also gives the same reward. Not the same as a stun enemy, but basically it's shatter prize versus stun prize. Shatter a frozen enemy, get one thing. Kill a stunned enemy, get a different thing. Rescue a fish on land. They will also give you a special gift. But it's usually not worth the effort for them. Fish prize is not something that is prioritized. The best thing it could be is probably 20 bucks or full magic. Or a fairy. Oh! Huge! Okay. Genuinely a big deal to get that. Okay, well, let's go to the sanctuary. We'll check King's Tomb while I'm over here. I'm very glad that this routing is working out great for me. What the heck? Bombs? Okay. No. I was going to try to get super speed off of those steps coming out of that, but it didn't work out. That's fine. It would have only worked for one screen anyhow. Alright, so now armed with the Titan's Mitts, we can enter the Village of Outcasts over here. The easy way. We have the hammer, we can do hammer pegs, we can pick up the blacksmith. We don't have the fire rod, so we can't do Skull Woods. Also, Skullwoods only has 2 items in it, so it's not even worth going into right now. Maybe later. If I find the mirror, maybe I will consider going up there, but there's a lot of items down in the village here to get. Alright. I tried to get speed, didn't work. Chest game. What do the 2 chests have? $1 and a shield upgrade. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind shield upgrade, that's fine. Thieves' Town, we determined, is a pendant, but it's a green pendant. It might be worth doing. There's 4 items in Thieves' Town. Blue cane. Executive decision, we're going to go to Thieves' Town. The blue cane makes the boss in Thieves' Town a joke. And the fact that this place gives green pendant means that it might actually be useful, because Sahasrahla gives you a special prize for showing him the green pendant. Shovel. Shovel's an interesting find. That could honestly be anything. And we'll find it. We'll find out what the reward is when we go around on the Smith Chain route. Assuming we find the mirror. I can't make that promise yet, actually, now that I think about it. Alright. It could be a boat. Not likely, but you never know. Okay, we are up to... 2 items? Yeah, 2. Also, I haven't been hit by a bunny beam yet. I wonder what Garnet turns into. Probably... God. She could turn into either Ruby or Sapphire, or, hilariously, she could turn into little Steven. You never know. I will intentionally get hit by a bunny beam at some point. We will find out what she turns into. That's always one of the things I love to do in this game, is find out what fun thing people have decided your character should turn into. Good dodges for me right there. Almost like Garnet could see where they were going to be. Ignore that one. Hook shot. Okay, this was the right call. Jesus! Hookshot is a required item. That opens up Death Mountain to us completely. Yeah, without the mirror, you need to use the hookshot and the hammer to get access to Tower of Hera, which has a crystal, a red one, I believe. So we will soon have Pyramid Fairy available to us as well. And there's 2 items down here and 1 on the boss in theory. And then plus the boss also gives us the green pendant, so we'll find out what's going on there. Yeah, there's a map. And there's a map, a small key, and an item. There's the small key. I actually don't mind seeing that small key because it means I can just run over here to the big key chest and see what's going on. There's the map. Okay. Boss has the last item. And also the boss is a joke, so this'll be fun. Blind has a set pattern. He is also unique amongst bosses in this game in that he only requires a certain number of hits and not a certain amount of damage. So you hit him 9 times with the fighter sword, he takes as much damage as if you were to hit him with 9 times with the butter sword. Heck, you could hit him 9 times with the sword beams and it's fine. Alright, Garnet, use the thing. Let's go ahead and dodge. And yeah, the blue cane hits also count, so that's fun. Heart piece. Okay. Or full heart, rather. And green pendant might be useful, but coming in here was the right call. Oh my god, was coming in here the right call. The hook shot makes it so worth it. Because again, you need that hook shot to beat the game. That or you need to get real good at bomb jumps. I realize we don't actually need to do Ice Palace or Swamp Palace. So, in theory, we don't need that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the hammer pegs real quick. You never know, they could have a mirror. That is not something you can do in the vanilla game, unless you're in Japan. Item dashes were not intended to be in the game, but, you know, $100. I don't need it. Basically, it got patched out for North American release because they were like, that's not supposed to be a thing you can do. Alright, I'm going to do the digging game and then rescue the blacksmith. Because you can't do the digging game with the blacksmith following you. The guy's like, you can't bring a friend in to play the digging game. $10 arrows. Alright. I'm not even going to pick it up. I have full arrows, it would be foolish. Alright. You coming with me, Frog? We will reunite you with your husband momentarily. I don't have the mirror, so in order to do it, I have to save and quit. God, I also can only do this. I can't check Cave 45. 10 bombs. Alright. Saving and quitting. And going to the sanctuary. Let's bring this gay blacksmith home to his husband. Garnet said gay rights. Literally. I do not have the powder, so I can't check... I can't check the magic bat. I could check the magic bat if I had the red cane and the mushroom, but I don't have those either, so I can't do that. What do you got for me? Heart piece. You know what? That's fine. Love is love. Alright, since we're over here, let's go do the digging spot. We'll see what the flute-playing boy planted in the ground in the garden. Garden? Grove. $300. Alright, well. Riches. You know what? I'm going to turn in that green pendant real quick. Why wasn't I doing that already? I specifically went out of my way to get it. I was like, it might be something useful. The race room is named Brave Pendant, which made me think it might be giving us a subtle hint about a pendant being useful. Alright, old man, what do you got? Butter sword! Holy shit! Okay. Well, I am very vindicated. Let's go up Death Mountain. Can't even believe it. I was even saying in the pre-race practice round, I was like, you don't usually get the butter sword. because it requires finding all 4 sword upgrades. And that's not something that happens usually. Ow. And here we are. Twice upgraded armor, twice upgraded shield, fully upgraded sword. Which means when the time comes to go deal with Ganon, even if I don't have the silver arrows, it won't be a problem. Okay, so here we are in Paradox Cave, thus named because the lower level is higher than the upper level. We find the silver arrows. Okay. Okay, we are... God, we're a fucking destruction machine is what we are. Silver arrows and butter sword. Bombs. Health. Quake. $1. And Bombos. All 3 medallions. I officially have access to Turtle Rock. Bomb jumping over there is quicker than exiting and running around. We love bomb jumps. It's canon to the series. Okay, heart piece over on the floating island. I don't need that. Or not a piece, but a full heart. What am I doing over here? I can't do anything over here yet. Or actually, no, I could, but I couldn't get out. What I'm gonna do? Tower of Hera. Actually, before I do Tower of Hera, I'm going to check the Ether tablet. Excuse you? Alright, what do you got for me, Ether tablet? 10 arrows. Alright, not worth it. We're going to do a little trick in here that I like to call, well, I like to call it Hera Pot because that's what it's called. First I'll check this room and get a mushroom. Okay. That could be anything. It could even be a boat. Big key. Alright. I see the game you're playing. Okay. To do the Hera Pot, we need to place a bomb in that spot. Clip into that pot and jump in. It's silly, but now I'm on the top floor. I'm going to grab this chest, the map, okay. I'm going to wait for the coast to be clear and then grab that chest. Arrows, okay. Which means I have everything from the dungeon. The boss either has the small key to get into the basement, or the boss has the compass. It's one of those two. Couldn't be any other way. And since we have the butter sword, Moldorm here will be a cakewalk. See? Dead. Give me either small key or compass. Compass, okay. Small key is in the basement, which is inaccessible unless you have the small key. That's fine. We don't have the red cane yet, so I can't even attempt Turtle Rock. But I'm going to go over to the other side of the mountain again. I'm going to check Spiral Cave. When I get to the bottom, I will enter the Dark World. And then I will check Super Bunny Cave. And then I will climb the mountain, and I will also check Hookshot Cave. And the Turtle Rock requirement entrance. Entrance requirement for Turtle Rock. I said all the right words, they just weren't in the right order. 20 bucks. Okay. I'm also happy with the routing I'm doing up here. It is fairly standard stuff. Not really a lot of deviation when it comes to the Death Mountain routing. When you don't have the mirror, at least. Bomb. Okay, I believe it's the left one? Yeah. I don't have the mirror, so I can't clip through these blocks. No. I can do that, though. God, even the Garnet Falling sprite looks fun. This is a very well done sprite. I'm very happy with this. Okay, green bottle. 10 arrows. They call this place Super Bunny Cave, because if you don't have the Moon Pearl, you can still open the chests. It's weird. Okay, I'm gonna look over here real quick. What am I checking for? I know I have the medallion. I have all three of them. I necessarily can get into Turtle Rock anytime I want. The cape. Okay. Bumper Cave is suddenly in logic. 50 bucks. Bombs. And bombs. Okay. I'm gonna grab this heart real quick just so I have full health, because I'm gonna do one more thing on the mountain and it's going to hurt a lot. We are headed to Spike Cave. Affectionately named because the floor hurts. Gee, I wonder why they call this place Spike Cave. Okay, so we want to save magic as much as we can. Because magic, unlike health, doesn't refill when you save and quit. Which we're doing now. Okay, we're going to go to the sanctuary again. We're going to enter the Dark World at the bottom of the, over in the village. And we're going to check Bumper Cave and Graveyard Ledge. Oh, we can't do Graveyard Ledge, we don't have a mirror. Back. Okay. What can I do? I could finish Eastern. What am I doing? Okay. This feels silly now, but we're in the area. I want to know. Alright, yeah, we'll do this one check. It might be the mirror, thus enabling me to do other things. Excuse you. I never thought to look up here before, so... What do we got? Heart piece. Don't need it. Which means that's all I can do here. Alright, save and quit. We're gonna go to Eastern. I also have both red crystals. So Pyramid Fairy is also an option. Hello, Tona. Welcome in. God, I also have the mushroom to turn in. I have so many silly fetch quests. Okay. We're gonna do the Pyramid Fairy. Oh, Tona, I hope you're doing well. Oh, I decided to play as Garnet this week. My routing has been okay so far, I think. I've made a lot of correct decisions that were not necessarily the thing that seemed like the best idea. We'll see how things wind up shaking out. Like, I have the butter sword because I made the correct decision. That's fair. Oh man, I've been to cons with strange layouts before, and it felt weird. Like, the first year HalCon happened here, they rented out one of the hotels in the area. Heart piece, $20. Pyramid Fairy is a bust, but she'll give me a B. A B. All right. Yeah, we went to the first year the HalCon was here, they rented out the hotel over on Spring Garden Road, and it was like weird because it felt like the whole place was just like a small ring of very few actual things to do. I'm gonna go get this crystal. It was a great con, though, and that's the weird part, is that, like, of all of the years that I've gone to HalCon, the first one was my best experience. So, you never know. Maybe you'll have a good time regardless of the fact that the layout is weird. It depends on if they've got a good guest. My friend Jen got to meet Walter Koenig. That's the thing she very much wanted to do. And I got to watch the Mystery Science Theater guys do a live riff on an educational film about grass. Curling arena. Oh. Expecting more vendors in the space, so we have 6 feet tables with 8 feet of space between them. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of real estate. Well, I mean, I will say this. Look at it this way. At least in this situation, you don't have to worry about people crowding tables. It's always awkward when you have like a table people want to hang out at, and there's just like a very tightly packed group, and you're like, I can't like deal with people in front of the table because there's just so many of them. You know what I'm talking about. You've done this before. God, I have the silver arrows. This boss fight's actually going to be ridiculous. Booth barnacles. I have never heard that term before, but it fits. Alright, Garnet. Do the thing. 20 bucks. Okay. Well, that wasn't worth doing. Well, I mean, I needed to do it eventually, but whatever. You know what? It's fine. See, the thing is, I have the silver arrows. I'm not supposed to have that for this boss. The silver arrows are used for the final boss. So they're very overpowered. But also, I feel Garnet should be able to easily take care of any problem in front of her. Let's go turn in a mushroom. Since I've got that, let's get that out of the way. I also can release some bees. Yeah. I don't really need bees. Okay, I give her that. Then I leave. Then I come back. And then her assistant in the shop will have processed it into whatever. It's the red cane! Okay. Alright, so here's the fun part, is, in theory, if you have the mushroom and the red cane, you can use them together to make fake powder to wake up the magic bat. However, the fact that I needed to turn in the mushroom to get the red cane means that that was never an option. Okay. God, okay, alright, Sanctuary. We're gonna go back to the Dark World. I'm gonna, I guess I'm gonna dip into Skull Woods. I'm like, I know I don't have the ability to do Misery Mire, so Pedestal is not yet a thing that I need to worry about. I need the flute in order to get into Misery Mire, and I don't have that. Also, in theory, there are enough checks in Turtle Rock that it might be worth doing that. After I look here, though. If I find the fire rod in here, then we're good. If I don't, then we gotta keep looking. We take that small key, we go over here to the left. We switch over to the boomerang, because this mummy can be stunned using the boomerang, if need be. Compass. Okay. Back to the hookshot so I can do some quick motion. Oh, look at that, the mirror. Okay. I don't hate that. And this is just going to be another small key. So we'll take that and we will go to the other side of the dungeon, where I will want, I guess the red cane. There's one more chest over here. I use the red cane to put a block down instead of worrying about dragging a statue over. Half magic. Okay. That's not bad. I like half magic. Makes my magic use much more efficient. What we're going to do now... Well, first I'm going to grab this key because you never know. So I don't have the fire rod. But while I'm in the area, I will use the mirror to check what's on the pedestal. That's not the right spot to do it, though. Alright. Alright, book, what do we got? No matter what you do, blue returns to... Oh, it's the boomerang. It's the boomerang. I don't need that. Okay. Alright. We can do Graveyard Ledge. I'm not saving and quitting. I'm going to go do Graveyard Ledge. That's going to give me a collision glitch. No, it's not. Okay, we're fine. I'll check Graveyard Ledge, and then something else. I'm running low on options. I can't beat that place. I don't have the thing. I could go into Turtle Rock and look around. I could go into Swamp Palace and look... Not Swamp Palace. I could go in... Well, no, I could do Swamp Palace now, actually. Now that I think about it, Swamp Palace is officially on the list of options. And it's got 6 treasure chests in it. That might not be a bad idea. Oh, yeah, which Zelda characters are like which crystal gem? Pearl is like, what's her name? The inventor lady. The one with the white hair that everybody thinks is super hot from the new game. I think it was something with an M. $50. Wow! Okay. Oh, that was a bit of a bust. It's okay. We don't need that, and I don't need that Dark World teleporter either. I believe this will take me to Kakariko. Or not Kakariko. Right here. Exactly where I wanted to go, because Swamp Palace is on the menu now. Alright, normally I wouldn't want to do Swamp Palace because it's pendant. No, it's a crystal. Oh my god, I have to do Swamp Palace. Let's do it. I love that I'm over here like, what are... I'm over here like my routing plan is like actually going pretty well. And then I'm just forgetting completely what I need to do and where I need to be. God, the last two things I'm going to need to beat this game are honestly going to be the Fire Rod and the Ice Rod, aren't they? That is actually all I'm missing. Fire Rod, Ice Rod, just those two things. Jesus. Very clean room. Pearl is Impa from Ocarina of Time. There we go. Amethyst is maybe... I almost said Midna, but definitely not Midna. Amethyst is Tetra from that one, from Wind Waker. There we go. Because she's kind of a scrungly lady. Alright, here's a little trick we like to do. Alright, clip through that wall without having to do a room. I've also conserved a key, so... yay, spare key. Greg is the guy in the windmill playing the Song of Storms, all stressed out about this kid who showed up. Oh, I haven't been counting. I have the red cane, though, so I can do Diver Down. It's fine. By planting that bomb there and setting it off, Fire Snake, get out of my face. Oh, God. Okay, yeah. By planting that bomb where I did and setting it off where I did, I can do a thing. No, I screwed that up. Okay. There's correct placement. Okay. Just skeleton? Be dead. Don't screw with me. I'm doing a trick. There. Diver down. Success. And the bomb triggers that switch when I re-enter the room. There. Flawless other than all the mistakes. Now we need the hook shot. I guess Steven is Cockery Link, and, Connie is Saria? Yeah, that works. fire rod! Perfect! Now we can go beat Skull Woods! I knew I came here for a reason. 10 arrows! Yay! Less useful. I never found the big key. It's okay, you don't need the big key for this place. It just feels weird not to have it because you have to leave the chest behind. I also can once again do Diver Down, so it's fine. We'll go on ahead. Okay. How nice of them to name this move after a JoJo's stand. Heart piece, the map. And yeah, the game still thinks that this place is full of water, so that wall there looks funky. There's our big key. Alright. I'll go fight the boss, and if... oh god. The big key chest is going to have an item in it, so once I beat the boss, I will come back and get whatever's in the big chest. I'll also grab this key just so I don't have to necessarily deal with some things. Okay. Hypna is not here, so they cannot hear me comment that I am shaving an eyeball. Their favorite time of night is when I shave an eyeball. Give me that. Go! Excuse me! You're supposed to be dead. There, okay. Very inefficient Argus fight. 10 arrows, okay. If he dropped the ice rod, I wouldn't have bothered, but I'm gonna have to go back in, because you never know, this might be the ice rod. Alright, I'm going back in. I literally just said. Yeah, you need 3 items for Turtle Rock, in addition to whatever pendant you need to get, not pendant, whatever medallion you need to get entrance to the dungeon. You need the red cane to traverse the dungeon, and both the fire rod and the ice rod to fight the boss. So we have the fire rod now. So I'm just banking on maybe this is it. It was bombs. Okay. I'm gonna mirror out, because there are some checks in the area I can do. Excuse you. We're gonna check the Bombos tablet, because it might be something. Hold up your sword, see what we get. It's health. Okay. Not exactly a mission critical item. Kind of okay to have, though. Alright, while we're also here, we're going to use the mirror to check Cave 45. Which is named that way because there was nothing more distinctive about it than the fact that it was like the 45th cave on the thing. Like somebody made a list of all the different caves in the game, and this was the 45th one. It has bombs. Okay. Let's see. What can I... purple chest. We'll grab the purple chest. Then we'll save and quit back to my house. And we'll take that to the guy to get it opened up. Actually, no. I'm going to go do Skull Woods. What am I saying? Skull Woods. Then silly purple chest. The whole reason we couldn't do Skull Woods is because I didn't have the fire rod. Now we have the fire rod. The boss has an item, I believe. We'll find out what it is. Either the boss has an item or the boss has the big key and then the big chest has an item. One of those two things is the situation we're in. I'm also glad I have the butter sword because these guys take no trouble at all to deal with. Now, what do we have? God, we didn't find the map or the big key. Just the compass. Okay. I will say the fact that I have butter sword means that this boss is actually going to be incredibly easy. I'm going to do this first. That's the wrong side. I always do that. The fact that I have... hey, Bunny Beam. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's great. There's the big key. Okay. She turned into Ruby and Sapphire doing a piggyback ride. That's adorable. This is a great sprite. 10 out of 10. No notes. Perfect. I'm just gonna kill these mummies real quick. Excuse you. Oh, hey, full magic. Okay. Mummies are dead. Oh yeah, you need a sword to do this dungeon. Even if you were like, I can fight the boss using, like, a hammer, you can't get into this area without a sword. Alright, let's see how quick this goes. There we go. What do you got for me? The map. Alright, that means the big key chest has an item. Or the big chest, rather. Gosh, we're at an hour and a half in this seed already. Time is flying. Let's get out some bombs. Now, you know what? No. Yeah, we need bombs. Either way we do this, we need bombs. I'm going to approach from the back because I don't want to do a bomb jump. Small key. Okay. Wasn't necessary. Alright, well, we got that, which means just Turtle Rock is left. We can... I don't want to... You know what? Purple chest. Let's go get the purple chest. I talked about it. I didn't do it. We're gonna go get the purple chest. You never know, it might have our ice rod. Okay, purple chest is mine. I should be able to save and quit with this thing. Have it still be following me? Purple chest. Okay. So we take the purple chest to the dude in town. Or not in town, the dude at the desert entrance. And he is like, I heard you knew that I used to be a thief. So, like, if you have a thing that's locked, I will open it for you as long as you keep your fucking mouth shut. It's very filthy mouth, that bandit by the desert. You also can't run while you have the chest following you, but that's fine. It's 20 bucks. Alright. I guess that means we are... You know what? There are 5 items in Turtle Rock and only 3 in Ice Palace. I'm going to dip into Turtle Rock and see what we can find. This might be the best idea I've ever had. I'm also going to grab the mirror shield off of Spectacle Rock on the way up. Because it's very useful on Laser Bridge. Okay. Now I need the hammer. I need that guy to get out of my way. See, here's the thing. This is why this is a gamble. It is entirely possible that the item I need... There, thank you. It is entirely possible that the item that I need is in, like, Misery Mire, and that I need to do Ice Palace to get the flute. That could be the case. We don't know. But I know nobody wants to route into Misery Mire via Ice Palace when both of those dungeons are pendants. So we just have to hope that this is going to give us the Ice Rod at some point. It could happen. It could easily happen. Okay, red cane, off we go. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. Alright. I still need the red cane. What am I switching items for? Okay. Nope. Fire rod. See, the vanilla way of doing this is to, like, ride around and hit these things on your way back in a specific order, but you can just use the hookshot to fall off the platform intentionally. Small key, big key, use the mirror, go back to the front. I want to check this. Bottle is in Spectacle Rock. I know that. There's one more chest in the front area to get. It might be our ice rod. Or it might be trash, you never know. I'm gonna actually try to keep track of the items in this one. Small key. Alright. See, as stated, this dungeon has 5 items in it. So far, we have none of them. This chest will probably have an item, actually. Ow. The powder. Okay. Alright. We like to see the powder. It's useful, especially in this dungeon. Ow. But it's not what we're looking for. But that is one item so far. Powder lets us turn anti-fairies back into fairies, which will give us health. We're going to do it in the next room here, just to avoid some trouble. So many fairies. Alright. That's what I'm after. There's that mirror shield coming in handy. Alright, treasure chest, what are you? Health. Okay. 2 items. 3 more to go. No. Alright, we'll pop up here. I know I said that Turtle Rock has 5 items, but I didn't take into account that Mimic Cave, Mimic Cave is right outside, so we'll call that another item. So 6 technically, making it tied with Swamp Palace. Alright. And speak of the devil, here we are at Mimic Cave. So called because the only inhabitants are these guys. They mimic your motions. Alright, Ice Rod? $1. Okay. Mimic Cave, definitely a bust. Just imagine somebody building this elaborate cave in the side of Death Mountain, putting monsters in it that will mimic people's movements, putting these weird mole things that you need a special tool to hit, and it's all just guarding $1. Ridiculous. Ow. Okay, there are 3 more items in the dungeon, though. And Laser Bridge is still ahead of us. Excuse me? I should get out the hook shot. Using the hook shot, you can totally avoid taking damage from these fire bars. Just like that. While the hook shot is extended, you have invincibility. Alright, here we are. Run past that guy. And then we have Laser Bridge down here, which will have a smorgasbord of items. Map. Okay. Compass. Alright. Meaning the last 2 chests have goods. Heart piece. And if this isn't the ice rod... Okay. So, that's trouble. That's not the ice rod, which means our ice rod is in Ice Palace. This does suck, because it means I need to save and quit. Go to Ice Palace. Sartaz just finished. Oh, you bastard. It's fine. Alright, Ice Palace it is. Off we go. Like I said, I knew it was a gamble. Wait. Before I try Ice Palace, I'm gonna go do the magic bat in the village. I wanted to go to the sanctuary. I pressed down, it didn't take. Sanctuary. We have the powder. I'm gonna go hit the magic bat. is... See, this is the thing. Well, no, Ice Palace is a whole damn dungeon you need to do, and it has 3 items in it. I can admittedly do it very quickly, because I know how to do the Icebreaker move. But this feels like it's faster than going through a dungeon. It might not be, but it feels like it is. So here I am. Alright, Magic Bat, what do you got for me? $20. Alright. Well, that means Ice Palace is indeed the way to go. It's faster for me to save and quit and go to my house. No two ways about it. Alright. Wait a minute. I never checked the dude under the bridge. I'll do that first before I do Ice Palace. I also never checked that. Oh god, if Ice Rod had been there, that would have been very embarrassing. I've had the flippers for a while, I just didn't think to come back over here. I was like, oh, I can get back to here from Palace of Darkness very easily using the mirror. Because this patch of land, there's like a staircase to there in the Dark World. Alright, do you have the Ice Rod? He has $20. Alright. We continue to feel a little bamboozled. We go until we find Ice Rod. I do like that, like, the Garnet Sprite, her sunglasses even shimmer a little bit when she moves. That's a very nice touch. Alright, here we are. That's what I'm looking for. Hint tile. Piece of heart requires a bomb. I don't need that. Okay. So yeah, luckily I can do this dungeon relatively quickly. Not gonna be so bad. I always like to say when I come in here that I'm doing Ice Palace from behind. And this week will be no exception. Here's the map. Don't need that. But we have it. What I need is the red cane. Because I can clip through this wall. That's too far. That's also too far. Is that... that's too far. Basically, I need to move the block 1 pixel away from the wall. But I'm going too far when I do this. There we are. Okay. Clipped through the wall, found the big key. Let's go. Average YouTuber catchphrase, let's go. Seriously, how did "let's go" become like a catchphrase? Like, I know I was using it as like a running joke in my, like, prepared things for YouTube. But I was doing that, like, as kind of like a, you know, like a commentary on "let's go" being a thing. Because what I would do is, anytime I inadvertently said it, I would insert a clip of Hank Hill saying "let's go," and then sighing exasperatedly. We have big key, so I can do this move. Compass. Alright. Oh, hey, welcome on in. Yeah, those were, you know, fun times. It hasn't necessarily come up in Fallout because I don't think I've heard anybody say, let's go for a while. God, I'm actually eyeballing another tactical strategy RPG to purchase because Steam was like, hey, this game's on sale and it's on your wish list. Metal Slug Tactics. I love me some Metal Slug. I love me some tactical RPG. That's two flavors I like together. I'm gonna go kill the boss now. Yeah, basically, like, the Metal Slug franchise is like a... It's like a tank game where you're playing as soldiers and... like, the Metal Slug is the name of their tank. So... yeah, you're supposed to basically fight Nazis. And for obvious reasons, mostly overseas sales, they had to change the branding on them. So, like, their symbol is like a red flag with a white circle with a black X in the middle. It's not subtle, but, you know, subtlety is lost on some people. Alright, boss is dead. That was fast. So yeah, tactical RPG, Ice Rod. Tactical RPG with those characters. So that'll be fun. Also, Jesus Christ. I at least do not need to do Misery Mire. I'm not gonna get the duck, but that's fine. I never found the flute. Save and quit. Back up the mountain, directly to the boss. It's true. Well, this is the weird part, is the duck is in the weather vane. But he'll still show up to help us out at the end. Like, I get for reasons that they decided to make it so that the duck just, like, appeared and took you from Ganon's tower to the pyramid at the end of the game. They could have just as easily just had us, like, warp out of a load-bearing boss fight and have to walk there ourselves. Wouldn't be the first time, you know. Every other dungeon in the game, you beat it and it's like, alright, now walk to the next one. We're used to that. Okay. I already know what my comment's gonna be. Ice Palace skip gamble did not pay off. The good news is I don't need to stop for anything, we just go directly to the end. Were it not... God, no. Were it not for the rules of the seed, I would... There's a clip you can do to get into the back of the dungeon. I would totally be doing that were it not for the fact that it's technically against the rules. It counts as an overworld clip, so it's not allowed. You can do certain wall and rail clips inside of dungeons, can't do that shit outdoors. Even though all it does is you use the mirror to go into the light world, and then you, like, wait for it to teleport you back, and it, like, puts you partway into the wall because of your positioning. And it's fine. But we're not allowed. Directly to the boss. I don't need to go outside. I don't need to go past the place where Mimic Cave is. I can just go straight through here. Oh, I still need to hit this, though. Dodge that. I don't really need to be that concerned about my health in here, actually, now that I think about it. Because there's anti-fairies along the way, and I can turn those into regular fairies using the powder that I have now. Become fairy, please. I love that trick. It's so silly. It's a little bit impractical because you got to do some setup for it. But, yeah, have fun with it. Okay, first we need the ice rod. Now he'll stick his neck out at me. And now I just gotta hit him with the spin attack. There we go. That is the most efficient Trinex fight I've ever done, I think. He's gonna drop loot in the middle of the room. Not a single wasted movement. I hit the heads on the first shot with both rods. I got the spin attack, I hit him twice, and then I hit him with the sword swings. They're pretty good. Now we just gotta run over and clear out Ganon's tower. There's a wizard at the top of it, and I want him dead. Alright. They are the crystal gems, and they will always save the day by opening Ganon's tower. I'll make that wizard pay. There, I completed the rhyme. Small key. And small key. Yeah, the fact that Sart has finished so quickly compared to anybody else means I'm going to bank on things being over on the left side. I don't need those $20. I do need my hammer, though. Now I need the hook shot. There's Taco finished. Okay. Small key. The flute. Better late than never. Red mail. Ooh, she's very red. You know what? Red garnet works too. I fell in a pit. Okay. Yeah, red garnet looks very ruby. I can't even believe that just happened. 10 arrows. Alright, a lot of effort for no reward. There's Kara finished as well. Okay. Red cane, red cane. There we go. Go in here. Bonk over that fire snake. Heart piece. Not enough to get me more health, but okay. Check behind this bombable wall. And find compass. The big key. I'll grab these last two anyway. Alright. Big key means we are now ascending the tower. I almost said mountain, but we're already at the top of the mountain. We just need to go up the tower on top of the mountain now. There we go. Sword beams, wrap around, useful. Oh, I still need to have my sword out because these guys. I will take those. So I'm back up to full arrows. Maid just finished. Oh gosh, okay. We're officially going for 5th place. There's enough racers that 5th place is still pretty decent. Ow. Yeah, that went pretty okay. Hookshot strat seems to work there pretty well. No. Excuse me? Okay. In theory. Though, that second one popped way too fast. I need silver arrow, not silver arrows, red cane. I almost had that in the wrong spot. It was almost up too far. Call those some efficient room clears. I do love the way the red cane works in that room. It's so nice. Okay, through there. I don't really... Stop that. I don't really need to worry about magic because I have half magic. Thus enabling me to be a little bit, not too thrifty with my magic use. 10 arrows, why am I bothering with these? There's nothing in them that I could possibly need. I have everything. The only thing I'm missing is like, yeah, screw that. I don't even need that chest. The only item I'm missing, I believe, is the bug net. Don't you do it, Moldorm. Yeah, skipping you. Your contents will remain a mystery forever. And now we go fight that wizard. Just one hit. I hate that. Okay. No hits. How did that not hit? It's the fucking blue balls. I hope that counted as 2. Alright, I knew that was risky. There we go. Okay. He's dead. The duck now emerges to help us out, even though I never freed him from the statue. I've never even played the flute. It would be interesting if they made you walk all the way down here, though. If you didn't have the flute. Although, in the vanilla game, there is 0 way to beat this game without having the flute. You need it to access Misery Mire. Minions all fail to guard those items, so why am I surrounded by incompetent fools? You know what? Let's just get you done with this phase ASAP. Cannon! The whole thing is, I don't even need to be fancy here. I have the silver arrows. So, like, I don't even technically need the sword, the torch glitch. Silver, one true weakness. I'll still go for it, though. Do not pop up on top of me, Pigman. And he's dead. Okay. I just need to hover my mouse over the done button in the race room now. I believe Saku said, once the room pixelates, you're good to hit the button. Alright, we're hitting the done button. I'm officially 5th place. Honk. 5th place out of 9 in total. I'll take it. Not a bad race. God, I was spot on my usual time, basically. My average is around 2 hours, and sure enough, shabbiness is homecoming. The statue is intact, okay. Yeah, sure enough, my end time was 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 33 seconds. Yeah, you know what? You're pushing your time around. Excellent work staying up. And hey, next time you end up streaming, give me a shout. I'll show up for yours too. I know time is not on our side these days for such things. Yeah, I'm just gonna speed through these things just to see what things are what. Ooh, well, yeah, I don't think I have plans tomorrow other than to go to the grocery store, so yeah, who knows, I may be around. Flying vultures. Those don't look like vultures. The backlash stick sleeps again. God, pedestal boomerang. Thankfully, you don't really need the boomerang to beat the game. It's very useful, but you don't technically need it. Okay. So yeah, my routing, I made a lot of correct decisions on there, but clearly 4 other people did as well. My one error was trying to do Turtle Rock without having the ice rod already, but also, there's a lot of things in Turtle Rock. It seems worth trying out. Who made my sprite? Arthur. Excellent work on the Garnet Sprite, Arthur. Very good. Geez, even the Bunny Beam Sprite was super good. I am very impressed with this sprite. Fantastic. I wouldn't be shocked if it comes out again. It's very good. I'll also have to see if there's other crystal gems on the list. Alright, let's see what we got. First sword found in 10.5 minutes. Started with the boots, flute, and in almost 2 hours, because mirror, it took me forever to find that. I got swords so fast. 8 kills with the gold sword. Not a lot of damage taken. A lot of magic used. 55 bonks, 27 saves and quits. 1 fairy revival, which I should have avoided. If I'd remembered I had a fairy in a bottle, I would not have tried to death warp. A minute and a half in the menus, and 9 minutes spent lagging. 178 out of 216 collected. The game thinks I completed it in 2 hours and 38 seconds, but we know better. Servo just finished. Alright. Where's Garnet? Normally you see like your sprite over here. She's not there. But yeah, that is, I guess, where we say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, it's Monday for you. It's Easter, I guess. Kind of. Take it easy.